What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing, my subscribers and my returning subscribers? To the subscribers that are live watching me, please timestamp your comments by telling me how you are and where you are watching from. Hang on, timestamp your comment and tell me where you are watching from. Even a hi will do. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to send your Neco to WES or any other institution that you want to send it to. I've done a previous video on how to send your Waec to WES or any institution. I have that in the description box, or you can find that in the cards above. And this is what we are going to be diving into today. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I send my Neco to WES? How do I send my Neco to whatever institution I want to send my Neco to? And Neco are not even forthcoming with this process of sending this. So I have to do the research. I have to do the findings by myself. So at the end of the day, I resorted to getting it this way. And we are going to go over to my laptop, my desktop, to see how that is done. And please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe as you are about to watch that. Subscribe. You know, hard. Before I begin this video, I want to say that I had already gone to do a verification. When I mean verification, I mean I had to email Neco. How does one share their Neco result on the e-verification website to either institution or WES especially? And Neco gave me this format, which is the same format you are obviously seeing on my screen right now. Okay, and at the same time I went to message WES. And you can't just message WES or like that. You have to use a reference number, meaning that you must have completed or you must have paid for evaluating your degree on their website. Okay, so I use my reference number to ask them the question of, WES, how do you receive candidates Neco for you to be able to evaluate it? And WES also gave me their own version of that, just the same thing, kind of like a repetition. If you go to their site, it's sort of repeating what they said here, because they have said that they have already an established relationship with Neco, and they have provided Neco on how to carry out such instructions. The thing that is not really logical here is how it should be carried out in simplicity. They are saying here that they have a digital partnership with Neco, but it's not being spelled out on how to carry this. Hence my research and questions on how this should be carried out. Since I see Neco giving me the instruction of go ahead and WES giving me the instruction of, oh, they have a relationship with them, they do things electronically. Neco saying, oh, go ahead, this is spelled out already. I'm already under the impression that, oh, this is spelled out, but not spelled out on WES's website, just as Waec was. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So the first thing I did was come on Neco e-verify platform. The link to this is already in the description below. You click on it, it takes you straight here. You get the same information that Neco has given me, I think, except the how to submit the application in a well spelled out way by including the reference code. If you watch my previous video on Waec to WES, you see that they laid so much emphasis on this reference number, as they call it, reference code here. So meaning that the main important thing in your sharing process with WES especially, the main important thing is that reference code that they use in the address section. So if it's for WES, now the address section is going to be your reference number there, and not WES's physical location or address. So if you had watched that, you understand what I'm saying here. So to get a hang of what I'm saying, you want to watch how I sent Waec to WES. So here I'm going to be talking about how to send your Neco to an institution within or outside Nigeria, and how to send it to WES or yourself. Okay, first, if you are sending your Neco to an institution within or outside Nigeria, some institutions have an initiated verification way of verifying your Neco. What I mean by that is that they would ask you to send your RRR, that's your PIN for Neco. After you pay on this, I'm going to show you how to get that. You send it to them and you send the serial number. I'm going to show you how to get that serial number as well. Just stick with me. After you send both to them, they verify you automatically and send you a notification that they verify you automatically. That's the institution or university tells you they verify you in whatever means outside this platform. They let you know that. Okay, that's one way of them doing their institution initiated verification. So when we now come to the second one I'll be explaining, you have to do exactly what they have spelled out here. That means you have to click on submit application. Submit application, you fill a form. In submitting the application, it has to do with some specific information to be asking you. Then you click on verify and you click on submit there, and your details, right, is going to be sent to that institution, that recipient receiving it, as well as your Neco results for them to verify, and it's going to also as well generate a PDF on your screen, PDF Neco, so you can see on your screen. Okay, it's just an automatic way. And again, if you want to self-verify, you're going to be doing the same thing like sending it to an institution, but in this case you're going to send it to your email address and everything to yourself. You click the submit button just like I just said, and you get the Neco sent to your email address as well as the Neco generated on your screen, your results. So that's just it. So it's the same process we are going to use for WES as well. So if you want to see how that is done, stick with me and let's register from there, see how everything is being conducted. First thing you want to do is scroll all the way down and close this window. I'll close the window, then I'll click on register. I'll click individual register. You are not an institution, you are not WES, you are not any university, so you will not click this button is for them, not you. So I click individual registration. So all I want to do is that I want to fill out this. I already have an account, but this is just for educating you guys. So you want to include your name here, you want to include your phone number here, your Nigerian phone number, you want to include your email address, then you include your password and you repeat that password for your other password to be confirmed. And then the next thing you do is click on register now, and that is how you get a link sent to your email address. You click that link to verify your email address and you come here and sign in with that same email and that same password you just created. So I have already done that. I'm just going to be signing in from here. So let me click on sign in. All right, I'm properly signed in now. So this is for those institutions that needs your RRR, remitter retrieval reference. It's just for people that their institution needs this form of verification. So that's why I'm saying that if your institution, check back with your institution, if they need you to send your Neco in this way, please don't hesitate to send your Neco in this way. So we are going to see how it is for you to even send in this way first before I show you how to use the other ways and show you how to send to WES later in this video. We're going to explain all this. So the first thing that you want to do is click on purchase new token. Let's click there. Okay, it says please ensure that you fill out the necessary details and kindly verify that you provide the correct email, phone number that were used during the creation of your account. Okay. Then what you want to fill here is your full name, just as it appears on your Neco certificate. Okay, then your phone number, a working phone number please, and the same email address you used to open this account. That's a working email address, the email that is going to receive whatever pin, whatever Neco document. Okay, then the description, extra information on the item you are making payment for, Neco certificates, anything that goes. All right, so payment information, you can see that it's 5,000 naira. You can't edit it, you can't do anything to it, you can't change it. It's in naira or dollars, of course, it's paying in naira. Then enter the quantity here. If you are paying for more than one, enter more than one. Paying for 7, enter 7. Okay, when you proceed to the next page, it's going to generate it according to the quantity. So let's proceed. The next thing is this information. If verification of results is 5,000 naira, service charge 50 naira, stamp duty, so they're charging you 100 naira all in all with your 5k. Then the quantity is 1, of course. Then the next thing you're going to click is proceed. 5,200. Now another extra 61 naira is added. So this is another fee from the gateway payment system itself. Right. Once you checked it and you're sure that this is what you're paying for, you just come all the way here and click on submit. Right, you're going to be brought here. You're supposed to be conversant with this now, because if you're watching my authentication videos, you know that majorly the institutions are using remitter as their gateway payment. Okay, so if you want to use your card, you can use your card to pay this. They added another extra service charge. You can see if you're using your card, another extra 188 naira. So if you want to use bank transfer, just click on that bank transfer and you can see that it's still the same money, no added charges again. Okay. It's just funny how we see little charges all the way from 5k to 5,261. So when you pay to this account, right, you put this number in your payment app, then this name comes up. After you successfully send the money, you come here and click I have sent the money, and after that automatically there is a RRR, remitter reference number that's going to be sent straight to your email, that same email you created. You're going to come over with that reference number to where I'm going to show you. Just hang in there. Okay, so that number now is going to be your PIN. So let's go all the way there. I'm not sending mine because I'm just doing this for the purpose of educating you guys. So once you are with that PIN, right, okay, in your email address, you want to come all the way here where it says verify payment token. You're going to impute that reference number that was sent to your email here. See where my cursor is hovering over? We're going to include that here, and you're going to include your phone number here because you are the payer, and you're going to include your email address here. That email address and phone number we saw when you were filling the form is what you're going to put here. Okay, and when you're done, you click on verify payment. So let's check what it says here. Result is only available from 2000 for ssce internal, and result is only available for 2002 for ssce external. Yeah, with me now, you already know what internal and external is with these examining bodies in Nigeria. If you've been following my authentication video, I don't need to explain that for you. So what I'm gonna say here is that if you are from prior to 2000, yeah, you're not going to be able to access your Neco. If you are after 2000, you're going to be able to access your Neco internal. If you're from prior 2002, not going to be able to access your Neco. But if you're from after 2002 ssce external, you're going to be able to access your Neco. When I was trying to start this video, right, when you saw that prompter, they should have added this instruction along with it. I don't know why they're adding it after payment. It's just crazy, yo. If you are under this situation, if you have results that is prior to this, go to Neco's office, kind of like call them and see how to get your results, and see how to even from there mail it from their office to whatever institution or WES. So you're not going to achieve that doing it this way, like I'm about to show you. So passport is not available for all reports. Date of origin, date of birth are only available for 2019. Non-availability of passport does not invalidate the report. Okay, a soft copy of report is forwarded to the email provided. Yeah, exactly. If you wrote your Neco 2019 or after to find your date of birth, okay, I don't know why this information is just scattered, bro, like different years, you know. So you're just gonna see date, quantity, so one because you purchased one. It's going to show whether you used it or you've not used it. Okay, then it's going to show the rate, that's the amount you bought it, that's 5,000 naira. Then the line total, same 5,000 naira. Then under this payment reference is going to be a long number. So that number, you're going to call it your serial number. Okay, that's your serial number. You would send the institution that asks you to send your RRR pin to them. Your RRR pin is that remitter pin you got when you made that purchase new token. You send that RRR pin to the institution or university, and you send that serial number you're going to see under here. When you verify your payment, you're going to see that serial number here, and you send it to them. So that's what they're going to use to verify you. And as you see that number, you also see a button here that says submit application. Yeah, so that does not concern you when you are working with an institution that verifies in the way of collecting RRR pin and serial number from you. That does not concern you. You're not going to click there. Okay, you're just going to send the pin and you're going to send the serial number to them. Okay, so that's it for institution initiated verification. So the second stage I'm going to be talking about now, I'm going to be talking about how to send your Neco, that's to self-verify, to send your Neco to you. Yeah, you just want to verify, you just want to be able to see your Neco in the digital form or whatever. At the same time, I'm going to be talking about how to send it to institutions that want it sent that way, and I'll also be talking about how to share it with WES at the same time. How is that done? Let's go straight into it. You would have crossed the path of purchasing new token, verifying your token, and coming all the way here, finding that button that says submit application. You're going to click that submit application. When you click the submit application, this is what you're going to find. So this is the dashboard of someone that has purchased and verified their payment. Okay, you can see the submit application button. What you're going to do is you're going to click this button, and it's going to bring you here. It brings you here. You can see that they have already instructed you on how to apply. So if I am trying to send my Neco result to myself, I'm trying to see my results in a digital form, I'm going to supply the recipient officer. That officer would be me. You can see this section that says Office of Recipient, e.g. registrar. So I'm going to write the registrar. Okay, then the next thing, supply the name of the receiving institution or agency. Add here is just your name because you're the one receiving it. Okay, Neco is not going to beat you because you are sending this to yourself. So next one, supply the address of the recipient. Right, that's going to be your address. You're just going to include your address, your home address where you're staying. Then supply email of the receiving institution, e.g. info@neco.gov. So the institution that is going to receive it in this case is you. You're going to include your email here. And the next one, so you're going to include your student ID here. Going to include your ssce, whether it's external or internal. What year did you take Neco? Is it 2006? Is it 2004? Whatever year you took Neco, you're going to include that. You shouldn't be wondering where your examination number is. So the next thing you're going to include here is your examination number. Okay, you can find that in your Neco result. You include your candidate name. That's the name that you see under your Neco result. That name you use, that's what you're going to include here. You're not going to include any fancy name. You're not going to include any new name. That's the name you're going to include. It's going to verify that information, that name, that year, that candidate number you included. It's going to verify whether those information are true. And if its verification is successful, you can go on to click on submit. So that's how to verify for yourself. And after you click on that submit button, it's going to automatically send your Neco result to that email you provided, and it's also going to generate a PDF version of your Neco results straight on your screen. Okay, you're going to be able to see it straight on your screen. And if you are not able to see it, please click the regenerate report button to regenerate the report within 5 minutes. Let's go over to see how it's done for both an institution that needs this method and WES as well. We are going to do the same thing we just did for sending to ourselves, but in a different way. So watch, so you don't send the wrong thing and waste your 5k. Okay, submit button, like we explained, you click on the submit button. You see in the section where it says you should include the recipient officer. If you are sending to your institution or whatever university, right, they are going to tell you who the recipient officer is. I'm just going to merge everything I want to say at once. In the case of WES, I had to check in with Neco. I had to call them. When I called Neco, Neco told me that for this section that I should include WES through the registrar. So in this case, for Bells University or for whatever university that you want to verify your Neco, you include the university's name here. For example, Bells University. Now in the case of WES, the recipient institution, you include World Education Services when it comes to WES. Okay, so enter recipient office address. So in the case of you using an institution like Bells University, you just want to come and find where Bell has that address. Okay, I like about us, under about us for Bells University. Okay, you can see they have their, look at, you can see their address. So the registrar, Bells University of Ogun State, not really like a number, street number or something. So you can see include this Bells University of Technology, Ogun State. In your own university, I told you how to find it while using Bells as an example. So in the case of WES, right, this recipient office address is the reference number. Your reference number and WES, that's what you're going to include here, because it's pretty much the same thing we did for sharing our Waec to WES. So definitely they're going to need this sort of method. If you're sending your recipient email address, yeah, you're going to go to your school. Let's take for example the same thing, Bells University. So you can see that Bells University spelled out how to share its Neco on the eVerify platform. So they have an established relationship already with Neco, which is very, very good. So first of all, it explains how to do it like we've covered, and you input the email address where you want the verified result to be sent to on the column for recipient email address. So you can see the main thing, okay, is about the email address is going to be sent to in the case of Bells University. So when you're in that email address section, you make sure you include this for Bells University. In your own case, maybe your university is not Bell, whatever institution that asks for this sort of request, you are going to include the institution email address that it uses for verifying Neco results. So in the case of Bell, this is what is going to go to the recipient email address in that section, and you're going to click submit after including other things as well. So let's go back there. So in the case of WES, when we were sharing our work with WES told us that we should use their submit@wes.org or whatever. I would include it here. Select your examination type, your examination year, enter your examination number and click validate button. Choose whether it's ssce external or ssce internal, and you include the name you use for your Neco, just the way it is on your Neco result. You include that name and you click on validate to show really that your document is on the system. Okay, and after validating, you would have to click on submit. It's going to automatically send to whatever institution or send to WES. Okay, and at the same time, it's going to generate a PDF version of your Neco right on your screen. You're going to see it, you're going to be able to download it, anything you want to do with it, view it. I heard that you can use this eVerify only once, unlike the Neco token that you can use 5 times. You can use this only once. That's what I heard. Okay, so basically this is how to, use the eVerify platform. This is what I have researched on, and this is what I can come up with. I hope I've answered those probing questions. I hope I've helped with my time. Okay, and if you are going to use this method and this video helped you, please, I would like to see that in the comments. I would like you to let me know in the comments, and also tell me where you are watching from. Even though it's in Nigeria, tell me the state you are watching from, and that's gonna be amazing. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Send to those who need this information. There are many people that need this sort of information and trying to see how to go around sharing their Neco to WES, and they don't know anything about it. So if it has also helped you, please let me know in the comments and let me know your experience. Did it go well? Really work for you? Right? Let me know in the comments. And until I come your way next time with another amazing video such as this, is the JJ. Peace.
From available records at our disposal, we have observed that there were requests for verification and confirmation of results from 64 institutions across 37 countries over a 2-year period between 2020 and 2022. Similarly, we have such requests from 72 institutions in Nigeria. Decided that now was the best time to introduce the E-Verify platform.